how I lose fat and build muscle at the same time, my body recomp, how I do this shit. I'm gonna give you guys the sauce, full blueprint for how this works. Usually had to pay fucking loads of cash for it, but I'm gonna give it to you for free. Shit, I dropped my list, but here's the fucking list, okay? So the first thing, hypertrophy program you want to be doing. So a hypertrophy program is when you're just strictly focusing on building muscle. Because if you're focused on doing strength while you're trying to build muscle, it's not gonna fucking work. We don't give a fuck how much you can lift. We want the muscle to show by popping off the skin, veins popping, abs coming through. That's what we're focused on. So it's very easy to do all this. You just have to know what you're getting into and how old this shit works. So the hypertrophy program is going to be more higher rep range, a lot more higher sets just in general. Keep it from 3 to 5 sets, and then your rep range, the most you can be doing is 25 to 30 repetitions, but I wouldn't do that for every fucking set. Like, you got to mix it up here and there. And then it comes down to the movements that you're actually doing as well, the exercises themselves. Keep it simple. You just want to get in the gym, reach hypertrophy as quick as possible, get in that fucking peak physical performance, PMA, positive mental attitude state, and you'll be good to go. So we're not focused on really how much we're lifting here. We're just trying to fucking build those muscle fibers as much as possible to be broken down and then be repaired. So next thing is being in a fat loss phase. So you want to be in a fat loss phase when you're on the hypertrophy program, because it comes with your macros, of course, of being in a deficit. But the fat loss phase specifically is going to help speed up your metabolism, because when your metabolism is running so fucking fast, it's working in its favor to when you're going to the gym, you're hitting the reps fucking in that high rep range, and then plus the deficit as well is just going to boost everything up, and that metabolism as well. That's why we go to the gym in general, is that we want to speed up our metabolism as soon as possible, as fast as possible. So it's really bullshit when someone says, I have a slow metabolism no matter how old they are. Yeah, the more that you stay in a fat loss phase, it's going to rapidly speed up. No matter what the fuck, how old you are. The more that you go to the gym consistently, the more that you get your macros in consistently with the right macro split, and then also eating the proper foods and taking the right supplements as well. It speeds up everything. So just doing that on repeat is going to help a ton. So that's a fucking bullshit excuse. Next thing. So you do hypertrophy and fat loss phase, right? So you're doing the same at the same time. Alongside your macros, you have the perfect split, because there's different splits of what you want to be doing. So if you're around like 160, 100, like below 200 pounds, like you want to keep your macros in your deficit, so calories overall below 2,000, but it could vary depending on where you're at. So use a macro calculator to figure all this out. Plus, you want to figure out your macro split. So if you're from 1,300 to 1,900, you're in a 45, 35, 20 split. So 45 carbs, 35 protein, and then 20 is fat. So then when you go, if you're more than that, if you're 200 plus pounds, and it also, of course, depends again, like where you're at on your journey, 2,000 calories is going to be a 40, 40, 20 split. So what you want to be doing is the same thing, 40 carbs, 40 protein, and then 20 fat. So depending upon that, you just do that on repeat, and then that's your fat loss phase. So it can be a little bit higher. You just got to do it when you go to the macro calculator. Now, next thing. So you do the fat loss phase. You're on the hypertrophy program. You do this shit for 3 months. That's where you want to keep it in. So, but it also does depend where your physique is at. So once you get super fucking diced, and I'm talking diced, because a lot of you guys got diced and shredded, like fucking confused compared to like just being lean. You want your abs to literally be looking like blocks of steel on you. You want to have, again, veins popping off the skin in all areas. Like, you look super shredded. Like, a paper cut can fucking rip you in half. Like, that's how shredded you have to be, because your metabolism is so sped up at this point. It's at that fucking highest that it can to burn so much fucking fat. So what you want to do now, after this 3 months, once you reach this point, Yours may be a little bit longer depending on where you're at on your fitness journey. So you just stay in there longer. But 3-month intervals, it's always in. So you go from a fat loss phase, then you go into your reverse diet or your strength program. Now, so we go from hypertrophy training and then we go into a strength program workout. So now we're focused on building size, right? So now we cut all the way down. We're at our fucking peak. We're looking solid, bro. Probably go get a spray tan because you look so goddamn fucking shredded and peeled. All the bitches coming up to you and all this shit. Now you go into a strength program. So now your metabolism is operating so fucking fast is that now you're able to actually pack on size, because it's a lot easier to pack on size when you have tons of fucking shreds on you and that muscle has already been built. Because if you had a lot of fat on you and you try to do a strength program, that's why when people say like, oh, I'm trying to bulk up, but like you're fat as fuck, bro. Like, why the fuck do you think like that? That's not the fucking way to think about it. It's going to be so much fucking harder if you try to do a strength program and try to pack on so much size, because your metabolism is not sped up. You're not in the most optimal state of your whole body as a whole. So what you got to do is shred all the way the fat down. And then once you shred all the fat, then it's going to be so much easier to just pack on size. So then you go into a reverse diet, right? So you do this for another 3 months. And if you go all the way back on my shit specifically, this is what I do. And I just do this shit on repeat. So this is not just some shit I found online or some shit. Then you go into the reverse diet. So now you do the opposite. So now you start to pack on calories, change the split up, right? And then it's going to just depend upon the macros and how much you're eating. And then your strength program is going to be a little bit different, a little bit of not that really high rep range, like 25, 30 reps per set. Like now you're really focusing on that time under tension, which you are also in the hypertrophy program. So hypertrophy 0 to 45 seconds in between each. For a hypertrophy, 45 seconds to a minute between in each set specifically. And then for strength, it's 0 to 45 seconds when you're doing your lifts. So with this, just get this shit fucking dope as fuck. It's really easy when you do this shit on repeat for yourself. And that's pretty much it. Like, there's not really anything else. Just having the right macro split, and you'll be good to go when it comes to all your workouts. Because once you have this shit on lock for yourself, this shit is fucking lights out. So, yeah. So, hypertrophy, you really want to be focusing on that time under tension, right? So, 45 seconds to a minute is what you should be focusing on. And then for strength, it's a little bit of the opposite. So you're able to go a little bit harder, and then 0 to 45 seconds for the lifts that you're doing. So I hope this video helped just to really clarify all this shit when it comes to your workouts, hypertrophy and strength training. There's a big difference of the two, right? And I wanted to simplify it. This is the most easiest fucking way, because everybody out here has it so complicated, scattered information. Just get it from one source. Just watch one person, invest in that one person that is a coach and has the results, and they'll explain even more in depth of how all this shit works to work in your favor, of course, to get you the results that you desire. So I hope you guys found value out of this video. Love you guys. Subscribe to the channel. And here's the sauce. This is the sauce, the full blueprint of how all this shit works. Hit the comments too if you guys got any questions for me. I'll be answering in there too. And let me know some vids that you guys want to see as well.